Good morning, dear students. In the earlier lecture, we have discussed about the meaning of entrepreneurship, its elements, and the importance of entrepreneurship. And today, we are going to discuss about the determinants of entrepreneurship. By determinants, we mean the factors which affect the entrepreneurship. All those activities or all those factors which affect or which influence the working of an entrepreneur are known as the determinants of entrepreneurship. So now the factors may affect the entrepreneurship either in a positive manner or in a negative manner. Factors does not mean that it will affect the entrepreneurship only in a positive manner. It may be positive as well as negative. So now the determinants of entrepreneurship are divided into two broad categories. The first one is economic factors. First of all, let's discuss about the economic factors or the economic determinants which determine the entrepreneurship. The first factor here is capital. Now there are two types of capital. The first one is fixed capital and the other type is working capital. Both the types of capital are essential for any business or for an entrepreneur to grow his business. The fixed capital includes the assets or investments which are needed to start and maintain a business, for example property or equipment. The next is working capital. Working capital is like the cash or the other liquid assets that a business uses in a day-to-day activity, to perform its day-to-day activity, or it's used to cover the daily operations like meeting payrolls or paying off bills. Now if an entrepreneur runs out of capital or falls short of capital, he will not be able to grow his business. But if an entrepreneur has an optimum amount of capital or capital in surplus, it will result in the production of more and more goods and services, or he will be able to bring in more innovative ideas with the use of research and developments, and therefore it will result in the growth of entrepreneurship. The next point is labor. When we speak of labor in entrepreneurship, we speak of quality labors rather than the quantity of labors. By quality labors we mean the labors should be highly skilled so that they can perform the activities of a business in a very efficient manner. We should also keep in mind that the entrepreneurs should hire the quality laborers in the cheapest rate possible, or the cost of labor should be reasonable. Only then the growth of an entrepreneurship will be possible. Therefore, a labor or labors are also proved to be another important determinant of entrepreneurship. The next point is raw material. Now how does the raw materials determine the growth of an entrepreneurship? If an entrepreneur avails low quality raw materials at a very cheap rate, it will lead to the production of low quality products, and this will not help an entrepreneur to grow. But contrary to this, if an entrepreneur avails high class raw materials at a very reasonable price, it will lead to the production of quality goods, and this will help the entrepreneur to flourish in the market. Therefore, raw materials also determine the growth of entrepreneurship. The next point is market. Now how does market determine an entrepreneurship? Now suppose you are an entrepreneur and you have produced a product which is favorable or which is suitable for the males, and now you have two market opportunities in front of you, the male market and the female market. Now if you go to the male market and sell your product, you will get more response as compared to the female market. Suppose you had 100 products with you, suppose you go to a female market where majority of the customers are females, there only 40 to 50% of your products will be sold, just for an example. But if you take the same product and go to a male dominated market, there 80 to 90% of the product will be sold. Through this example, I just want to make it clear that an entrepreneur should be able to select or identify the right market for his products. If he goes and selects a wrong market, he will not be able to grow his business. But only a right selection will be able to flourish the business of an entrepreneur. The next point is infrastructure. Now, infrastructure is also a very important determinant for entrepreneurship. By infrastructure, we mean the basic services which ensure the smooth flow or the smooth conduction of the other activities. This may involve building, transport, communication, water supply, and etc. If suppose the infrastructure of an entrepreneur related to the communication is poor, he will not be able to communicate with his entrepreneurs or with his workers, with his suppliers. Also, if the infrastructure related to the transport system is poor, an entrepreneur will not be able to transport his finished products to the ultimate consumer or the market. He will also not be able to bring in the raw materials for production purpose. And this will act as a hindrance in the production process, which will ultimately result in the decline of entrepreneurship. Therefore, to boost up the entrepreneurship, smooth infrastructure or proper infrastructure is also required. So these were the economic factors which determine the growth of entrepreneurship. I hope you have understood each and every point. You can contact me if you have doubt in any point. Thank you.